Coming soon? Well, it's soon, damn it. What's up, everyone? Welcome to Take It to the Grave. I'm Nick Push, joined by my co host, Bud from the Shape of Horror podcast. Bud, what is up, man?
Oh man, it's been an interesting day. I was fucked by a plumber and the tax
Whoa,
man
whoa, whoa,
on the
whoa, whoa, whoa,
same
whoa, 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 what?
fucked by a plumber and the tax man on the same day. Fucking
Man,
amazing day.
it sounds like a Showtime video or
Yeah,
something.
it does. It does.
Jesus.
It was Cinemax, Showtime.
And now you're
But
back
yeah,
here on camera and we're
I'm
talking
actually
Halloween.
yeah, finally back at it.
Awesome, awesome. So, I guess we should kind of explain a little bit what this show is. We're kind of winging it, so to speak, to start. We just knew a couple of things. We knew we wanted to be on camera talking movies, specifically a lot of horror together. And B, we didn't really know much else. We just figured let's just start it and let's go. So, right? What am I missing here?
Yeah, we're not. We're just gonna do some top 10 lists for the first two episodes, and we'll figure out. We're gonna mix it up. We're not always gonna do top 10 lists. We're gonna come up with some other interactive thing that we can do with the audience, with the chat. So
Yeah, exactly. So if you are new to the channel, new to this show, everyone's new to this show. But feel
yeah,
free, the topics we choose, as Bud said, we're going to make it very interactive with the audience. We're going to be reading your guys' chats, for instance, during top 10 lists. If you want to put your top 10s in the chat after we give our numbers, we're going to read the audience's numbers, and it's gonna be a fun time. And, you
yeah,
know, we had to start with Halloween, right? We both kind of met through Halloween. Halloween is kind of our jam, as the kids say. So we had to start with Halloween.
yeah. We all been wanting to come back to Halloween to really break down the David Gordon Green trilogy. Now that the dust is settled, you know, I
Yeah.
think we can go back and now really talk about the things we liked, the things we hated, and where it actually has left the Halloween franchise as we know it. Like, is it in a good place, Nick? Is the Halloween franchise today on tax day, April 18th, 2023, is Halloween franchise in good shape?
Oh, absolutely. I think it is. Michael Myers is dead, but
Mm-hmm.
not forgotten. They proved that they could have all kinds of new movies come out and make a boat ton of cash. Other horror franchises are starting to, or already have started to, kind of follow that recipe that Halloween 2018 started. I think it's in a great place. Even resting right now is in a good place for the franchise because, like you said, we kind of needed the dust to settle as fans, get the emotions out of it, both good and bad, and now we can kind of.
Are you telling me David Gordon Green left the Halloween franchise in a good place?
Yes,
What you're like, telling me?
yes, that's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm
Or has
telling
he
you.
set it back like Friday the 13th,
Where
like
was
it's set?
it? Look where it was before 2018. Though it was fucking dead. The
Well,
last movie we had was Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 in 2009. 2009. It's
yeah,
in a good place.
yeah.
It's in a good place. It got the fans excited again for new movies. They got Myers right, which obviously we'll
Mm,
you know probably be talking about a little bit here. But uh,
yeah.
but yeah, I think it's in a good place. I think it's in a much better place. I think it's in the best place it's been since God, uh, since Jamie was holding scissors at the top of the stairs. That's what I'll say. Or
Okay.
well, maybe H2O. Maybe H2O. As much as I don't like H2O
All
as a
right. Yeah.
franchise.
So
Yeah.
we'll get to the chat, but I just want to pop up something that Blake says. Tell him, Nick, 2018 made 300 million. It did not.
I think it made like 240 or something, didn't it?
We'll never know. We'll never know how profitable this franchise or this trilogy could have been because of COVID, number one,
True.
and then the straight to Peacock stuff. I don't know.
True. True. It it'll be fascinating to look at in 10,
Yeah.
12 years, and find out all kinds of things. We finally just in the last few years started finding out all kinds of other stuff about some of these other movies thanks to what are those books?
Yeah.
Whatever the hell the name of those books are that got really
The
popular.
taking shape.
Taking shape.
Taking
Yeah,
shape.
yeah, yeah. So it'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
James Ethel from Friday the 13th, Part 5. I
I
can't remember. I don't
saw
know.
that.
Yeah, she passed away, sadly.
I saw that. We should swear a lot in her
Mhm.
honor tonight.
She's probably called God a big dildo tonight.
She probably saw Blake and Ronnie's video a couple weeks ago where they were praising Friday the 13th
Yeah.
Part 5 and figured that it's a good time to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for this episode, we're gonna, like we said, we're gonna do the top moments. I put top 10 moments from.
Yeah.
We should have put top 10 top moments. But
Yeah.
episode two we're gonna do the worst moments. So it's gonna be a two-parter for the David
Yep.
Gordon
And,
Green
and
trilogy.
episode 2 is going to be on Bud's channel, the Shape of Horror
Yeah.
podcast. So if you like talking Halloween, if you like me and Bud, if you like talking Halloween, make sure you're subscribed to Bud's channel so you can
Yeah.
see that. So
And while you're here, if you're watching now, please hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't to Nick's channel. But definitely hit the likes on this so it'll get our video
or
out.
dislike. Dislike's fine too. It's the same thing. It's interaction.
So before we delve into the top 10 list, there's one thing I wanted to bring up that I don't think it's a blindside thing that I don't think people see coming. Have you heard there's a writer's strike in Hollywood coming?
Really?
Like, I think they've all voted to strike and they have until sometime early May to hammer out a deal. So I don't know if you remember the prior writer strikes that we've gone through. You remember Lost
Yeah.
when that was in its heyday. Like that really fucked that show. A lot of shows back
Oh
then,
yeah.
but we could it could delay a lot of movies. Potentially Scream 7 might be one.
Yeah, and it could fuck up a lot of
Crystal Lake,
scripts being rushed into production and things like that. Yeah.
right? Crystal Lake is they're in the middle of writing scripts now. If they're not done by May, whatever, could delay that show. So
Yeah.
it's a thing to keep an eye on. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. So
It's okay. Well,
yeah.
maybe it'll give these writers a chance to. I don't know.
Hopefully they'll come to a deal and it won't
Yeah,
happen.
yeah, yeah. Let's see who we got in the chat tonight here before
Yeah.
we get to our
Yeah.
list here. So we got Allie is here. What's up, Allie? Blake is here. Diamond Rattler, how's it going, Diamond? Review it, Rob. What's up, man? Chris Fantazi, the Magic Man, is here. Let's see who else. Blake and Ronnie, I saw, right? James Morant is here.
Yeah.
Let's see. Scott is here. What's up, Scott? Mochi Bone. I got some beef with Mochi Bone. She's a moderator on the channel, and she finally shows up to a live stream. I need to hijack. I need to hijack the show for a second because I have a 10-second clip for Mochi Bone for finally showing up. So bear with me 10 seconds, bud. Okay, you're not going to see it.
Okay.
Okay. Let's dance.
Am I supposed to be silent?
Yeah, it doesn't do that. It's one of my jobs. It's over now. It's over. I had to. I just had to give her some crap because I make her a moderator and she disappears off the face of the earth. But yeah, okay, we're back. We're back. I get it. I wouldn't want to show up to my channel either.
That's an interesting video. Yeah, I can see it now. Interesting. Oh, another thing. There's apparently a book coming out about the David Gordon Green trilogy. You can pre-order it on Amazon. It's not this taking shape, guys, but it's
a book already coming out on this trilogy?
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently, it's more of a visual book than a like words and all that. So
Hopefully, it's better than that Halloween 3 book that came out because I heard that is god awful. Do you know what I'm talking about?
uh, yeah, the one that Tommy Lee Wallace wrote.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I heard it's horrid and it's like really
yeah,
expensive. So,
yeah.
yeah. Shane Emerson's here. What's up, Shane?
Maybe if they put that on the Amazon Kindle.
Yeah, right.
Shane Emerson in the house. He's going to the University of Maryland. Did you hear that, Nick?
I
He got
didn't.
accepted.
I
Yeah,
didn't. Good for him. That's awesome.
yeah,
Damn it. That means he's gonna be passing us by. He's gonna be too good for our channels pretty soon. It's bound to happen, you know.
yeah. So
Good for you, Shane. Congrats, buddy. Congrats, buddy. And don't forget, we love college parties, so I expect an invite in the mail.
get thrown off campus.
Dude, never mind. Never mind. It's not a story I want to tell on a live show. Anyway, all right.
Well, go ahead.
No, hell no, dude.
Let's take it to the grave,
No,
Nick.
no,
You're taking
no.
it to the grave.
Dude, yeah, I'm taking this story to the grave or to offline, we'll say, because I don't need people seeing the real me yet. So,
All right,
shut up, Ronnie. It's not like that, Ronnie. Jesus Christ.
all right. Are we ready to get into these top 10? This
Yeah,
top 10
let's
list?
do it. Let's do it. So if you are playing along, if you're playing along, guys, if you have top 10 list, your top 10 moments from the David Gordon Green trilogy, we are going to name our 10s here. We're going to go back and forth here. And if you want to put your number 10s in the chat, feel free. We will read them. So if you want to start putting your number 10s in the chat, go ahead. Bud, you want to start with your number 10?
Yeah, my number 10 is going to be the Sartain twist. I'm probably going to catch a lot of shit for this from Halloween 2018. I just thought it was a cool thing to try to pull off. I mean, it really didn't matter much in the big game, right? In the long run, it was just a throwaway little moment
Yeah.
that they could put in Halloween 2018. I know you and I don't remember if you disliked this, but I know Jake didn't like it.
Yeah,
He
I
thinks
don't
that
like it.
nobody should put on the mask other than the shape. But it was a nice, cool little shock moment that they threw in there that I thought was effective. But that's my number 10.
Yeah, obviously they needed a way to get Michael and Laurie together, and that's what they chose.
Hmm.
As far as important moments from the trilogy, it's right up there, isn't it? It's got to be. If we're talking
It
important
was just
moments.
a plot device to put, Michael is no longer Laurie's brother.
Yep,
So it was just a way to put them at the same place.
yep.
That say what of it what you will, but
All
we
right.
knew it.
I think it's talking about. I think they're talking about Shane's baseball pitching,
Oh, okay.
something
Yeah.
like that. Yeah.
Hmm.
All right. My number 10 is also from Halloween 2018. And it is when Michael finally puts on the mask again. Now, this is an awesome moment. It would be even higher, except I have many issues with the way this scene was filmed and specifically lit. The fact that it was, in the daytime. I have a big problem with the fact that he closes the goddamn trunk. I have a problem with, like we shouldn't see him doing something that I do every day or whatever. But I like the fact that I like the way it was kind of shot through the window, and obviously it was an important moment. We had to set up at the beginning of the movie, with
Hmm.
Aaron saying say something, and then he obviously kills them, and then we get that moment where in this timeline after 40 years he finally gets to put that mask back on, and if they wanted some continuity. God, I can't speak tonight.
Continuity.
Continuity. Thank you, man. If they wanted some continuity, they would have had him put the mask on and started doing that shake he did in Halloween Ends.
Shit, the shapegasm.
Yeah, the shapegasm. But nevertheless, it was a big
Oh,
moment, and it's my number 10. So, you want to start reading the chats, or you want me to?
yeah. Yep. Well, it looks like Allie has the first. Um, God, I'm gonna have a brain fart there. The first chat number 10 in the history of Take It to the Grave. Michael and Corey kill nurse and doctor. Ends had to have one, I guess. So yeah. Diamond Rattler is the opening to Halloween 2018. To say something, the scene where
It's good.
um, Sartain brings Aaron and what's her face, and Michael is standing there with all the rest of the crazy people.
Yeah,
It was a very visually well shot scene.
it was.
James Morant, Michael Myers killing the kid, breaking a little bastard's neck in 2018
That was cool.
because he'd rather be at dance class than go hunting. He totally deserved death. Shane Emerson, the bus crash in 2018. Interesting. Does that include the kid getting his neck snapped?
That whole
Chris
scene.
Fantazzi, number 10. Julian clipping his nasty ass turnage. This is good comic relief.
That's good. That's...
And then Shane Emerson, the Loomis monologue over the recording, and Michael entering the bus. So where he was talking about how he would like to put the shape down,
Yeah, I didn't.
how
I
he
didn't
would
think
do
about
it.
that. That's good.
Yeah,
It needs to die, right? Doesn't it? Isn't that what he says?
needs to die.
Yeah.
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 So that rounds out our number 10s, unless someone wants to sneak one in there late.
Yep. If you do, we'll read it. Don't worry, even if we get to our nines. So
While I buy some time, how hard was it for you to put this list together?
I was able to rattle off eight of them off the top of my head pretty quick that I knew I'd want to be in
Yeah.
there. I knew my number one, and then I needed two more, and then I was just kind of putting them in order. It was a little challenging. How about you?
It was a little tough. Not a you know I had trouble finding stuff for 2018, believe it or not.
Really?
I was able to find some, but I didn't want to overload it with Halloween kills because
Yeah.
I think overall it probably had the most good
Yeah.
ones.
I think Halloween. This is a whole other topic, but Halloween Kills probably has of the trilogy the highest highs, but then also for me kind of the lowest low. Some of the
I
lowest
think
lows.
the worst moment list will be harder because there are so
Yeah.
many.
There are.
So,
There are.
all right, ready to move on to number nines?
Yes, but hold on. Scott
Oh,
says
Scott,
Google must
go
have
ahead and get
deleted
it
his
in,
tab.
Scott.
Yeah, let me
Get it
see
in.
here. Did I miss it? Did we miss it? I don't see it.
Scott.
Wait. There it is. I got
Scott.
it. The little
Oh,
brat. Yeah, the little brat who got
yeah.
killed in
I'm
the
so
beginning of
sorry.
Halloween Ends. Oh, it's easy to miss.
So I have to go back and correct the record. The fact
Oh,
checking.
yes, you're
It was
right.
not Allie who had the first um, number 10 on Take It to the Grave. It was Scotty. So sorry, Allie. You dive bombed at trivia and you just missed out on being the first one. So sorry about that. All right, the nines are coming in.
All right,
So I'll get to mine.
sounds good.
My number 9 is going to be Ray's death. And again, from 2018, much needed. I don't think any character landed as poorly as Ray did in the David Gordon Green trilogy. Like the peanut butter on my penis. Like that's one of the lasting things that we'll have from this trilogy. I think is just how bad Ray was. He was just a cringe,
So this is your number nine. This is
piss
one of your
poor
top moments because your hatred of Ray, essentially.
because of
Not
my hatred of
okay.
Ray. I felt joy when Michael strangled Ray's life away. It was great. And I like that they didn't even care. Like Lori didn't like bother to tell her he's fucking dead in the front on the front porch.
Yeah,
So
that's weird.
she must not have liked him either. Probably didn't like him.
Probably not.
And that's my number 9.
All right, it's a good one. My number nine is the opening to Halloween Ends when when the kid dies and Corey's kind of searching around for the kid. I really liked this opening, right before the title sequence, because at this point we when you see the knife, when you see the kid's obviously fucking with Corey, we find out. But
Mm-hmm.
there's a little bit of an ominous feel, like as Myers in the house. The mom mentioned Myers earlier. We know it's Halloween night. And then you get the whole scene, obviously at the top of the staircase where he's trying to kick the door open, and then boom, the body just goes
Yeah.
splat. I really wish, and I understand why they did it, but I really wish we didn't know about Corey Cunningham killing or had this kid dying in Corey's care, because we read the synopsis that came out with the trailer. So
Hmm.
I wonder what the reaction would have been seeing that opening, hits the title sequence and it'd be like, holy shit, what the fuck? So it's something we'll never get. Nevertheless, I still enjoy that scene overall. So it's my number
Well,
nine.
well, thank God they had an extra year to figure that shit out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. The number nines are
All right, number
not as
nines.
many as
Let's
number
see.
10. Get your nines in if you haven't.
All right, it's Chris Fantazi starting off the number nines. The Lady with the Iron in Halloween Kills. Yeah, Chris is bringing his comedy game tonight. Maybe you should be on Blake and Ronnie's show tomorrow. Maybe they'll let you.
Maybe.
But yeah, nice one, Chris. James Morant, his number nine. Karen shooting Michael in 2018. Dude, that one just missed the cut for me. The gotcha. That is a good moment.
Yeah.
Um,
Probably her. Was it her biggest moment, or did the one in Kills where
uh,
she?
Probably the one in Kills, but this was kind of the turning point of her character. Her arc
Mm,
of her grandma was right, or her mother was right. So,
yeah.
uh, Shane Emerson's number nine. Michael breaking out of the basement and killing the fireman in Kills. That is definitely a good one. I'm sure it will be brought up a few different times tonight. So good one. Allie's number nine. Oscar's kills scene in 2018. Yeah, I really enjoyed that scene too with the motion sensor light and Michael's kind of there and getting closer every time the light goes on and off. So yeah, I thought that was a good scene. Scott's number nine. I just lost it. Where is he? Scott's number nine.
Uh,
When Lori drank, when Lori drank Karen's wine at the restaurant in Halloween 2018, the look on Karen's face when Lori did that. Yeah, that is pretty funny. I don't like the way that she mentions or calls him the shape, but it is funny how she just slams him.
oh God.
Uh,
And they had to shoehorn the shape into the fucking thing.
like there weren't enough callbacks already. Uh,
Yeah.
let's see here. Diamond Rattler, number nine,
Just like I
opening.
just like I had to shoehorn the shape into the title of my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
So
right.
can't be a hypocrite.
That's a good point, man. That is a
Uh,
good point. Diamond
Sorry.
Rattler agrees with me. Same number nine as me. That kid hitting the floor smack in Halloween Ends.
Hmm.
Shane says if DGG could have captured the atmosphere from the Ends opening for the rest of the film, it would have been great. Yep, the atmosphere in that opening was great. Blake's number nine. What's up, Blake? Says Tommy's opening speech in Kills. It introduces new actors playing old characters from the original and has a great lead in to Laurie in the back of the truck. I'll agree with the lead in there, where wherever she is now or whatever, and then it cuts to her. I'll agree with that part.
Yeah.
Shane Emerson says hot take that Tommy hating Kills is unwarranted. Disagree, Shane.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take.
That's what happens when the bar is high and you
Yeah,
clothesline yourself right into it.
yeah, I disagree, but I'm open to having my mind changed upon rewatch now that more dust has settled on the whole trilogy. So we'll see. I'll have to rewatch the trilogy again soon. I think that's all our number nines. So,
Yeah.
Bud, you're number eight.
My number eight's gonna be Corey and Michael kill the doctor and nurse Deb. I think Ali had that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that scene was pretty chilling with when they revealed Corey behind his mask. Like it was just a, you know, throwaway Raggedy Andy mask that he had on, but once he had it on and he's just stabbing the shit out of that doctor in the face, it's pretty chilling. I thought that was probably It was the second most effective scene in Halloween Ends, in my opinion. So
Yeah,
that's my
and just the scene, the way, I don't know if it was the way the score kind of kicked in. It wasn't really the score, but when
yeah
Michael kind of opens the door behind her, um, the
yeah
nurse,
that was
I thought that
cool.
was I thought that was really good too.
Then
Logic.
you get the call back to the Bob kill
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
OG.
yeah.
So
It was a good kill, and like you said, like
yeah
he had a plastic bag over the doctor's head and was just kind of, you know.
yeah.
So yeah, I'm with you. That's a good scene. All right, my number 8 is the opening credits sequence to Halloween 2018 with the pumpkin. Thought this was fucking brilliant. Having the pumpkin kind of coming back to life, just like the franchise was coming back to life. And I didn't expect it. I don't know about anyone else, but it's been a while since we got those pumpkin opening credits, and we get to say
Mhm.
something, and then boom, it kicks in. I remember being in the theater on October 19th, I believe. Or no, I think it was the day before. It was my birthday, October
Yeah.
18th, 2018. And I got goosebumps. Like the hairs on my side of my neck or back of my neck stood up when the credits kicked in, and you see the pumpkin slowly coming back in the same exact font. Thought it was absolutely brilliant the way they did that. So
Yep.
as dumb as it
They did.
sounds, dumb as it sounds, the opening credits to 2018. It's my number 8.
We'll be talking about this again.
Oh, good. Okay,
No, we'll save some. Is it my turn for the chat?
it's your turn for the chat, man. Number 8.
James Morant, Michael killing Oscar in 2018 reminds me of Shelley in Friday 3. Remember Shelley wandered around for 15 minutes with his throat cut?
That's right.
Little,
Shelly's
uh,
dead. Oh God, horrible
uh,
acting.
so Blake says, Tommy Doyle and the David Gordon Green trilogy is a million times better than Paul Rudd. Yeah. Again,
It's
yeah,
like it's just two different kinds of shit for me. But
yeah.
I'm
Scotty,
giving
when
another shot.
Scott's his number 8 is when the Mulaney sisters slap Lonnie in Halloween Kills. Is the slap heard around the world? Allie, Michael attacks Dana in the gas station bathroom. That was a good scene.
That was a good scene.
He drops the teeth in front of her. Yeah. Damn, I didn't even think of that one.
Yeah, me either.
Shane Emerson's he has the Halloween Ends opening. That's getting a lot of love tonight.
It is.
Uh, Diamond Rattler, his number 8 is gas station attack from Halloween
Yeah,
2018.
a couple of those.
A
Yes, nice.
couple of those. Oh, did I skip Chris?
I don't know if he had a number 8 or just had
I didn't see your
comedic
number 8, Chris.
comments. Yeah, I don't think he has one.
He says he's getting to the serious stuff with number 8. That's a good one, Blake. Paul was a creep. I don't see it. I don't see your number 8.
If
So
we,
I wouldn't certainly wouldn't skip you, but I just don't see one.
it's okay. Well, if you want to
Yeah,
put it back in, Chris, if you have it, we'll read it.
yeah,
No worries, man.
yeah.
Because I don't see it either.
It might be his first time watching one of our top 10 shows and how
Probably
we do it. Yeah. All right. Number 7.
7.
Get them sevens in. Get back to my list here. This will be my final Halloween Ends one, but Corey's killing spree. I know, he dons the Shapes outfit, the mask, and goes on his killing spree, I thought was really good. I just kind of have to, when I watch it, just imagine it's Michael.
Right.
It's
Which
if
is
you can look
challenging.
at it from if you can look at it from that perspective, that hey, this was still some pretty good action as the Shape. So
Yeah, if you can skip past, the
yeah,
scene that happened right before that where he gets the mask. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that'll be
Yeah. Make sure
my
you guys get
number,
your number 7s in there.
my number 7.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, before we move on, the Diamond Rattler gas station attack from 28. Oh, did I already read that?
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, I don't see your number 8. I just don't see it. He says he typed it again.
I don't see it either. Weird. He's a
Yeah,
channel. He's a channel member, and YouTube's screwing him. Damn it. Sorry, Chris.
yeah, I just, yeah.
Put
Sorry,
eight and
man.
seven. Put 8 and 7 together or something. We'll read them both. Don't worry. Um, all right. So you had Corey's killing spree as your number 7, right?
Yeah, you sound really weird, Nick.
Do I?
It sounds like you're muffled.
Uh oh.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Connection seems fine. No issues. Can you hear me?
Okay, there I see his number. I see number 8. That's his number 8. Yeah, you're just really muffled. I'm just gonna have to. If they can hear you fine,
Can you
we'll get
guys
through this.
in the chat? Can you hear me all right? Let me know. Otherwise, I might have to make some adjustment. Okay. Must be you,
Okay,
bud. Blake
I
says I
guess
sound
so.
fine. Okay. All right. I'll get to my number 7 here. So my number 7 is going to be the bus crash aftermath. So basically, the whole scene after the bus crash, including the kid that we talked about earlier, getting his neck snapped or whatever, but more just the atmosphere of the scene. You got these guys walking around in white robes, essentially similar to the OG, and you got the bus crashed on the side of the road, and it's just like it's just really well done. It's really eerie. It's kind of like a half misty, foggy night, and something went the fuck down there, but you don't know what. And Myers is around there, and we kind of see it from. Do we see it from Hawkins' perspective when he shows up on scene, or no? We see it first, the father of the kid, right? And then Hawkins shows up later. So yeah, that whole bus crash scene for
Dude, I
me
can't hear you at all now.
is awesome. I can hear you. Everyone says they can hear me. You can't hear me, bud? Go in and pop.
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay, okay. It wouldn't
What
be
the fuck?
a stream with Bud and I if there wasn't some technical difficulties, and now,
Yeah.
uh,
I see Chris's number 8 finally came in. It's
what is it?
Oscar being screwed with by Michael and his mom seeing his body.
Okay,
So there we
got
go.
it.
So, and
Yeah,
there's
sorry,
your number
Chris.
7's in there. So get your
Okay,
sevens in.
all right. I will be reading these sevens, starting. It
What was your
looks.
7? What was your 7?
Oh, it
I
was
didn't hear.
that's all right. It was the bus crash aftermath.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that whole scene with
All right.
guys walking around in white and shit like that.
Okay.
Um,
We're good.
okay, all right. We're starting with Allie. It looks like her number 7 is the firefighter scene from Halloween Kills. Yep, great scene. I would imagine that scene will be on 99% of the lists. But yeah,
It's
that's a
not on
great scene.
mine. It's
Really?
not on mine.
Really?
Nope.
Okay, well,
Uh-uh.
maybe you're the 1% then. But okay. Let's go to Scott. Says when Lori knees the doctor in the groin and her stitches get ripped in Halloween Kills. Yeah, that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. It's
Isn't that
just so
not like?
random.
Yeah, some of these are like to me the worst moments, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh man, it's funny.
yeah.
Let's see if we got any other sevens. Rob says, "Can hear you all right." Thank you, Rob. Um, Diamond Rattler's number 7 says Michael taking out Marion and the rest of the carload of people. Damn, I forgot that scene.
Brutal, brutal.
I'm damn it.
How do you forget that one? It's, it's kind of like me forgetting.
It's not on my list.
It's kind of about me forgetting the firefighter scene. That's why it didn't make my list.
Dude, it's hard.
I'll be
All
honest.
right, yeah. I mean, I didn't even think of this scene, like, because that bums me out. Anyway, great scene, great scene.
Yeah. And then
Chris
Chris
Fantazzi
is in.
says Michael in Julian's house. Yeah, that was a good scene.
Yeah.
It was definitely a good scene. Unfortunately, it got ruined in the marketing, but that's a whole other story. And then Shane Emerson comes in with number 7. Says Corey killing the DJ and bullies. It would have been more interesting if Corey had maybe found the mask in 2018, and Myers didn't return it for 4 years.
Yeah, that would have been much better.
Yeah, Yeah, I would agree with that. But yeah, he cuts that guy's fucking tongue off, right, and it kind of lands on the record going around.
Yeah.
Yeah, never seen that before. That's crazy. Cool. Okay, so that is everyone's number seven. So start getting your number sixes in there.
Yep.
What do you got for your six, bud?
So my number six, I kind of cheated here. You mentioned the opening credits to 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I lumped them all together because I thought they were all great.
Yeah, I almost
Like you
did that.
said,
Yeah.
I like I'm glad they brought back the traditional pumpkin opening from the first two. I'll forgive that. Like Halloween 4, that was a great opening intro.
Yes.
Like I can't lie about that. But everything else, like to me, they should have done the pumpkin openings on every single one of those,
Yeah.
including the Rob Zombie ones. Like it sets the tone. Like it's a staple in my opinion. And I liked how they did all three of them.
Yeah, even
How they
Halloween
changed.
5 had a pumpkin opening in a manner of
Well,
speaking,
yeah,
you
but it
know?
was
But
it was just a pumpkin being slashed. It doesn't
yeah,
count.
yeah,
Um, but I loved what they did. Like they matched the font to the first one, and then for kills they matched it to two, and then they changed it up for three and matched it to Halloween 3, which was cool. So,
yeah. Very,
and
very cool.
the pumpkin intros for all three, my number six.
Yeah, got to allow that. Yeah, that's I couldn't agree more. You know, there are certain things
Yeah.
in this franchise they got right, and the openings are definitely something they 100% got right. Very cool. Agreed.
Yep.
All right, my number six is when we say moments. This is the textbook definition of a moment because it's unfortunately pretty brief, and that is when the Shea punts Allison sound kicks in when Allison sees Oscar on the not the goalpost but
You're a
the
big fan of that of Allison's theme, huh?
oh god it's so good man
The shape chases Allison.
yeah it's so good when that kicks in and you hear that dun, like oh it's so good and then it ends but it's good enough for
Yeah.
me it's so good that even though it's only last seconds. I love that whole scene and the setup. Unfortunately, you know, we don't get enough of it, but I love it so much I had to put it on here, and it's my number six.
Oh God, Blake. All right. Who has the unfortunate
It's you,
task
man.
of reading this? Oh, all right. Chris Fantazi, the bathroom scene. Is that the one from, I'm gonna guess 2018 where you attacks Dana?
Gotta
That's what I'm
be,
gonna get.
gotta be. Unless there's a scene where that I'm forgetting where Lori goes and just takes a big shit. You know.
Well, there's the one where Michael's like staring in the mirror
Oh
as
yeah,
he's
yeah, that's true.
bandaging,
Yeah, that's
which
true.
dovetails like right into Blake's, but there's a couple before.
Yeah.
Shane Emerson, Michael killing Oscar. Yeah, the whole kind of cat and mouse thing with Mr. Elrod with the floodlights turning off and on. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
pretty
so
cool and
good.
effective. Alley Girl, Vicky babysitting Julian. I guess she liked the banter between.
They did have good banter.
It was a nice moment. Vicky was a great character.
She was.
Didn't deserve her demise. Diamond Rattler, the firefighter scene, which Bud missed. I can't believe I didn't fucking think of that.
It's okay.
I was trying. Like I said, I was trying not to overload this thing with
Right.
Halloween. Scotty. God, do I have to read it, Nick? So Michael killing the old man and injuring his maid,
I think he means
which
his
is
wife.
yeah, a euphemism for his wife. Yeah, so I
Yeah.
think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Scott, Vanessa trying to shoot Michael, but that ended up shooting herself in the head for being stupid in Halloween Kills. Yeah.
What does he? He basically kicks the door, right? And the gun shoots herself in the face. Yeah.
And then, same thing. That's what Blake says. Same thing.
Yeah. 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 We'll be talking about that scene.
All right. So that is number sixes.
And we're in the top five. Now we got the cream of the crop coming up here. So I'm curious. I'm curious what your what your five is gonna be because you're throwing me for a loop here already.
I am.
Yeah.
So 5, 4, 3, 2. Yeah. My number five,
Mm-hmm.
Michael chases Karen. And she leads him to the mob.
Okay. Yeah,
Like
that's a good scene.
the whole sequence starting from um right there where he starts chasing her. Loved it, man. The music, everything. Didn't bother me that we had to see a lot of the shape's face there, but it was cool to see, that he'd been burned underneath and he was cornered, and I just, you know,
Well,
loved the mob beating the shit out of him. Loved the whole thing.
even just the scene, he doesn't have his mask, but the way it's shot is great. Where he's kind of walking through the
Yeah,
backyards after her. He's walking. It's lit. He's in darkness, and then obviously we get our second little gotcha. Uh,
yeah,
but yeah, just him walking just through the backyards in the darkness, kind of a little bit of a Halloween 2 vibe there. Yeah, I thought it was
yeah.
great. I agree.
That's my number five.
All right, my number five is going to be one that's been mentioned at nauseum by everyone but Bud. It looks like, and that is the firefighter scene. I I was on record, when Halloween Kills and Ends were announced. I was on record of saying I do not want to see how Michael escapes. I think it would be
Yeah,
better if we just don't know and they find out later and it's like, holy shit, how the fuck did he get out of there? But I knew it was fucking gonna be gold, marketing gold to have Michael, escape a burning house, and boy did they do it. Uh, he just, when that gun case or whatever it's called, opens up,
yeah,
and he's just there, and it's just boom, balls to the wall for a couple minutes there. I do have a little issue when he steps out of the house with the flames like a little CG behind him for just a moment, but other than that, the whole scene it was good. We got to see Michael killing a bunch of people with fire in the background. It's worth the price of admission just for that.
yep,
So it's
yep.
my number
Totally,
five.
totally missed it. Totally missed it. All right, you have the fives.
All right, fives. Let's see here. Looks like we are starting with James Morant. Let me just scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. Nope. All right, James Morant, Michael versus the gang in Halloween Kills. So yeah,
Yeah,
when they basically kill him until they don't, and he starts killing them. So yep, that is a
mm,
big scene in this trilogy. Uh, Shane Emerson's number five is Michael smashing Sartain's head. Yeah, it was a very like Jason Voorhees, like boom, head stomp. And if anyone
yeah,
deserved it in this movie, it was Sartain, that's for sure. Um, Allie's number five. Michael attacks Marion, Marcus, and Vanessa in the car. Yep, we touched on that briefly earlier. That is a great scene, especially kind of little subtle callback. The way he jumped on the car, was similar to the OG.
yeah.
Magic Man says his number five is Michael gets his mask. So, yep, he gets his mask back in the parking lot. We talked about that a little earlier. That is a good one as well. Scott says Lori burnt the pie in Halloween Ends. So we learned that Lori can't bake and she can't carve a pumpkin worth a damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. She had 4 years to learn how to bake and not eat ramen noodles like she was doing for 40 years, I assume. But yeah.
DoorDash would have been her friend, right?
Yeah, no shit, for real. Diamond Rattlers, number five. Corey taking out the DJ and the band bullies. Yep, we talked about that recently. Cutting the guy's fucking tongue off. Crazy. And we'll talk about those band bullies in a moment here. Chris Fantasi says he talks there. I assume he's talking about what you were talking about. That is a misconception. It was kind of debunked, but I do remember when that was going around the internet that he says, like, give it back, or something, but it was just kind of...
Yeah,
I think it
Jake
was
fell for
debunked.
that one hard.
Yeah, it was debunked. Blake's number five. Lori sees Michael through the window in the mirror. Oh, yeah, that's a huge moment. And that was Nick Castle, actually, right? In that
Yeah,
moment in 2018.
it was.
And she shoots at him and hits the mirror. Yeah, that was a big moment in the trilogy. So yeah, that was everyone's Number fives.
Yeah.
We're moving right along here. So,
Number four, my number four, it kind of connects with my number five, but I have them out of order. Well,
okay.
no, they're in order because the scene right before that where Lonnie, Allison, and Cameron enter the Myers house. From there all the way to where Karen pops up and saves the day for Allison. Just love the whole thing. Good, pretty scary. Where Cameron goes up there and they find Big John and Little John with the Anne Marie music playing. It's
Yeah.
just really fucking creepy shit. Um, so that's my number four.
Yeah, I like the way Lonnie kind of hesitates before he goes in. You know, like kind of you almost they don't do anything with it, but it's almost like as a viewer you're picturing him hearing Loomis say like, "Yo, Lonnie, get your ass away from there." You know, it's like he just
Yeah,
knew.
yeah, I like the payoff, where Lonnie would never go in there and then, he's an
Yeah,
adult, has to face his fears. Like he knew he was gonna die. Like I feel like he knew
yeah,
when he
and
told Cameron, "See,
yeah.
I'll see you at the finish line." Like really
When,
good stuff.
yeah, when Kills ended, I think like a week after Kills ended, I did a video on my favorite characters from Halloween Kills, and Lonnie was actually my favorite character from that
Yeah,
movie.
man, they
Uh, I thought he was
kind of wish
awesome.
Tommy Doyle would have gotten the same kind of treatment where
Yeah, well, I think
little,
Robert Longstreet was acting circles around everyone.
yeah, he was. Yes, he was.
But he also had better material, I agree, you know. I don't think
Yeah, they
he's.
should they needed to give Tommy Doyle some exposition, I guess, is that the word?
Yeah, but he had plenty of exposition. Three
Well,
words.
we didn't know
Three
what he
words.
does for a
It was
living,
three
but
words that he said the whole goddamn movie.
evil dies
Yeah.
tonight. Like I'd
We'll
love to
talk
know
about that
what,
next show, probably.
like he just like there was nothing. We didn't know what became of him. So
It's true. That is true. Okay.
I
That
know
was
he drove
your.
a piece of shit car. I know that much.
Yeah, I think he was fucked up or psychologically from '78, which it would have been nice to
I
kind of
I
find out more about
guess.
that.
All right, number fours.
I think it was
Oh, did
mine.
we get?
I think I got to say my number four, right? Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you're number four.
I
Go
was just
ahead.
going piggybacking off of yours, but my number four is from Halloween Ends, and it is the junkyard scene. So I love this whole fucking scene. Like you, bud. It's better if I can picture it as Michael Myers there, even though that's a little bit problematic because he takes the mask off at one point. But just this whole scene, when the band kids go into the junkyard, the
Yeah.
score during this scene is fucking incredible. I think it's some of the best work in the trilogy. Not the best, but some of the best. And just the whole atmosphere. He takes a blowtorch to that fucking
Yeah.
kid's face, stomps that girl's head. Like probably the one girl that was hesitant to be bullying him, he stomps her head, and then you
Hmm.
get the probably the lead asshole gets shot by his stepdad, who was actually a really nice character. But yeah, that whole junkyard scene, I fucking love it. And then you get the great shot looking up at, I hate to call him the shape, but looking up at the Myers mask with Corey wearing it, it's just a great shot. So I like that whole scene right there is my number four.
We have to come up with a nickname for Corey's shape.
Yeah,
Like,
curly
oh
shape.
man,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll call it something. Yeah. All right.
Pussy shape. We'll call him Pussy shape.
The
Pussy shape.
temporary, that can be a temporary placeholder, sure.
So Chris, number four, Michael chases Karen in the gang scene. Big scene.
Yep.
No, sorry, James Morant. The opening scene in Kills with Loomis did Michael Killigan. Yeah, that was a good one.
Doctor or Officer Hawkins.
Like, how does he know Hawkins already? Come on.
I know.
Alley Girl, Lindsay Wallace, playground chase scene in Kills. Good
That's
one.
what I'm kicking
Diamond
myself.
Rattler, the flat. Like, I feel like a lot of these kill scenes are coming up here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the flashback scene in Kills for the Diamond Rattler. Review it, Rob, the motion sensor scene where
Yeah.
Michael kills Oscar.
I love that
Yeah,
scene.
good tension there. Scott, Laura, and Michael fight scene in Halloween 2018. And then rounding it out with Shane Emerson. I don't see Blake's number four in there. You better get it in, Blake, if you hadn't fallen asleep. Michael picking up his mask and facing the mob and kills. The score elevates the scene a lot. Could have done without the Laurie narration, yeah, for
Hey,
sure.
Blake's probably flipping between channels, probably watching his favorite. He likes to pop in all these different YouTube channels. He's probably sleeping at the
Mm,
wheel.
well,
Um, so there's a good number fours. Like you said, I think we're gonna get to a lot of similar ones here for top threes. We're gonna get a lot of similar ones, so it'll be interesting.
yep.
What do you got for your
All
number
right.
three?
Number three for me is going to be Lindsay versus the Shape. So starting where she goes up to the kids at the playground and then ending where she's underneath the dock, like the whole sequence. Marion, the nurse, and the doctor get killed. That fucking sequence from beginning to end. Some of the best shit in the Halloween David Gordon Green's franchise. So
I like the fact that they didn't play the Halloween theme when Michael's walking after her in the kind of
yeah, it was just
wooded
completely
area.
silent. They
Yeah.
let it breathe.
Yes, and let him
Yeah,
breathe. I thought that was a good creative choice there because the easy choice is, hey, let's play. We got the best theme in horror. Let's play that here because we know this is going to be a good scene. But it was a better creative choice to do it the way they
yeah.
did it. So yeah, I agree.
And made Lindsay look very strong here, and then she completely shit the bed with her in the Halloween ends for. I know it
Yeah,
was because maybe she couldn't be on set for
yeah.
whatever reason,
I have some
but
issues with
yeah.
her acting, and even in Halloween Kills, when she's talking to the kids.
Well, she's a little rusty.
Uh, this
Like
isn't this
she
isn't
wasn't,
reality TV. Get a real actor to play her. It's nice that it's the same
well, I mean,
actress.
she's
Get someone
a
else.
name,
She's
a
friends with
name,
she's friends with Jamie Lee Curtis. That's what
and
it
it makes
is.
sense to have her in it. She's
I know,
famous
I
for
know.
reality
It's a
TV,
nitpick. It's a
and
nitpick.
she's pretty fucking hot, dude. I'm just gonna say.
I hear you. I
So,
hear you. I get it. I get it. It's the least of my problems with Halloween Kills. I'll tell you that.
all right,
All right.
number threes are
My number
coming
three, we're,
in.
we're sticking with Halloween Kills here, and Blake mentioned it earlier, but mine's going to be when Michael kills Phil and Sandra, or kills Phil and severely injures Sandra, I should say, because we found out in
Yeah,
Halloween Ends that Sandra is still alive, so they could have that scene at the grocery store parking lot. But anyway, this whole scene from, kind of beginning to end, where they're flying the little, what do you call it, little airplane type thing,
the
uh, drone,
the
right?
drone. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
where they're flying
drone.
the drone and it gets thrown back in there. For some reason, just the way Phil, the guy that plays Phil, says, "Call the I can't remember exactly. It's paraphrasing here, but there's a monster in there." Or something. The way he says that is just great. And then you get Michael, taking the fluorescent light bulb to Sandra's neck, and then just slowly testing out the knives in Phil's back, I guess. While Sandra watches. That whole scene is fantastic.
You want some fun trivia
Yeah,
about
yeah.
Sandra and Phil? So in
Yeah.
the book, the novelization for Halloween Kills, it is explained that their daughter is in the military. She's like in the Air Force, and she flies drones for the
Really?
military.
Oh, that's cool.
And that was a present from their daughter that they were flying around the house.
That's
So
cool.
fun fact.
Everyone's pissed at me for saying bad things about Lindsay Wallace. Okay.
She was like Scott's right. She was the
She
MVP.
was in there for 12
Oh,
seconds.
yeah, but she did so good. Very effective use of her time.
They did good with her character. I absolutely agree.
She
Absolutely
wasn't
agree.
sitting on the TV, stuffed her face with popcorn and answering the phone. It was,
Yeah. True. Good. That's fair. She was good. She was good at kills.
yeah.
She just seemed a little rusty and wooden to me, and
So big
in her
fella in
dialogue.
our bathroom wearing a monster
Yeah,
mask.
that's yeah, that's a quote. Thank you, Ali. Yeah, for some reason that just cracks me up. And Sandra was a good character too. For the brief moment we saw her in there, I thought she was great. So, and she actually was in 2018 as well, right? She was in all three of them, wasn't she?
Yeah, she
At
was
the
the
graveyard.
caretaker.
Yeah, yeah.
She was the caretaker. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, cool. Yeah. Okay, we're on number threes, and I think it's my turn to read. So let me start here. Looks like James Morant is first. James is number three. If you're just joining the stream, anyone, if you're new here, we are going over our top 10 moments from the David Gordon Green trilogy. As you can see, We're reading everyone's in the chat. We're on number 3, so if you have your top moments and you want to put them in the chat, feel free. We're going to start with James Morant's number 3 moment in the trilogy, and that is Lindsay hiding from Michael in Halloween Kills. So same as you, bud. Yeah, I agree. I'm kicking myself for not having this scene in there. It just didn't register with me for some reason.
Yeah.
Chris Fantasy's number 3 is Corey kills himself. It was shocking. It was shocking, you know. What does he say? If I can't have her, no one can.
He should have got the Sartain
Head stomp.
head stomp. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man. Diamond Rattler's number 3. Michael 20-on-1 handicap match in Halloween Kills. Yeah. Yeah. Review at Rob's number 3 says he says Cameron's death. Screw that guy. Oh, first of all, that death was fucking brutal. Oh, the way Michael stops and just snaps his fucking neck at the end is great. Allie's number 3 is Big John, Little John kill scene in Kills. I liked that scene as well. It's not on my list.
Yeah,
I did mention it, but I thought it was
another
like,
one. Yeah, for me that didn't make it.
And it's one that it was just I don't know the way it was filmed. You know, with them saying Big John, Little John, it was comedic without pushing the envelope. I just liked it. I thought they had good chemistry together.
They did.
So Shane Emerson's the flashback sequence. Yep, that is definitely a good one. Scott's number 3. Lindsay Wallace was basically the MVP of Halloween Kills. Yep, we just kind of touched on her there.
I don't think that Shane Emerson thinks Kyle Richards is very hot. I think he's saying, come on.
Oh, that's pretty.
He's
Yeah, that's probably what he's
lately?
referring to. Yep, yeah. All right, get your number 2s in the chat. We're gonna give our number 2s in a second here. So, Bud, before we do that, do you want to share? Is it giving it away? I was gonna say, should we share what movies we have left? Or
So I have one from Kills and one from 2018. Right?
Yeah, same. All right.
I have a feeling
our Kills one is gonna be the same.
Yeah, I think our 2018 one might be the same as well.
I don't know. Mine's a little. We'll see.
Yours is out there?
It's not out there, but it's one that might not just pop into mind.
Okay, well, I'll start with my number 2. I'm combining them. It's the flashback scenes from Halloween Kills. There are 2, in fact. The one at the beginning, where we find out what happened in the aftermath of 1978, and then we find out later that Hawkins could have allowed Loomis to shoot the Shape dead right there in the front yard of the Myers house. But I love seeing the Myers house, number 1. Like, they were pretty creative in the way they brought Loomis back. I thought it was clever. If you didn't look too closely or listen too closely, very effective.
Yep.
But I love the flashback scenes, and I, wish they'd had some more. Maybe for Halloween Ends, maybe flashback to 1963, some of that aftermath where the cops come after poor
or even something
Michael's
similar
sister
to like
is up in the
TV cut, like something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, just in the immediate aftermath, with like, could recast Michael's mom and dad.
Yeah.
We didn't really learn much about them. Well, maybe that's for the best, but
yeah, and that'd be an easy recast too.
Like, they nailed the flashback. I don't know why they didn't do more. Wish they had. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is from Halloween 2018, and that is going to be the tracking shot towards the 40% of into the movie. It's essentially when Michael night falls after he puts on the mask. Night falls and you see trick or treaters, and you see what's her name, the nurse and husband that we meet in Kills. You see them go off, and then Michael goes, and it's kind of like a one shot. I know it's not one shot, that is edited together, but it feels like one shot of just Michael going into that garage, grabbing that hammer, going into a house, killing a chick kind of half off camera, and then we see the other chick, can't remember her name, but looking through the window, and they see Michael come up from behind and kill her.
Yeah.
That whole tracking
I
shot
think her name
was
is
great. Marion
Sally
Saint,
or
Marion,
Alice. That's Alice.
is it Ellis? Okay, so like a
Yeah.
callback to H2. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, but that whole shot was great, and that's kind of when we saw like at this point, we know a couple of things. We know Michael is, back, and we know, uh, as far as we know, he's not going after Lori. So at this point, he is just free reign. It's like 78 all over again, where, there's trick or treaters and it's night, and he has free reign to kill whoever the fuck he wants. And I thought that, I thought it was great. Now, I have some issues because I don't like seeing Michael's thought process. I'd rather have him be kind of show up and then he's gone, and show up and he's gone. He's the boogeyman. But I really enjoyed, kind of just the way they did that. I thought was great. So it's my
Well, I
number
can't
two.
believe your number one's going to be the hospital riot
Obviously, dude,
in
it's my
Hills. I
favorite.
can't believe it.
That's going to be a number one, but it might not be today.
All right, let's go to the number twos in the chat. Chris has Michael chooses his knife on Phil playground scene. It's a tie
Okay.
between Michael stabbing Phil repeatedly in the playground scene with Lindsay Wallace.
Yep, both good scenes.
Okay. Review at Rob number two. Everything Allison. She was my favorite character, and I hope she's the focus. They do anything else.
I thought Allison was great.
James Morant when Michael kicks the door into the nurse and she shoots herself and kills. Allie also had the flashback, like I did. Scott, the last 15 minutes of Halloween Ends.
Okay. Yeah, the kind of
You like the putting Michael
showdown.
into the compactor and
just the whole kitchen
parading
fight.
him through the streets, which was, I guess pretty cool. Shane Emerson, the 2018 opening scene and the title sequence. So he loved seeing Michael at Smith's Grove,
Yeah, it was cool.
the checkerboard, all that. He liked all of it. Diamond Rattler, Michael versus Lori and Ends, where Michael could snap Corey's neck, but then couldn't get a refrigerator off of himself. Imagine that.
You could snap whose neck?
Corey's neck.
Oh,
He
yeah.
snapped his neck right before that.
That's right. You're right. He did. I forget that.
Yeah. All right, so we're to the number ones.
So yours is obviously from 2018, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
So it's got.
Oh, Blake decided to come back. He says he thinks more of 20. Shane says more of 2018 should have been set in Smith's Grove, perhaps.
Yeah.
All right,
Blake, I'm with you. I don't get the Lindsay love either, man. But okay.
Are we ready for number ones?
I am. I'm curious. I'm very curious what you have here.
Look, we had the So my number one is the shape returns, I call it, in 2018, where he's returned to the streets of Haddonfield for the first time, and he goes on the spree. Like, pretty good way to come back. It's been 40 years, so I don't mind that you see his thought process here, because he's like a kid in a candy store again.
True.
He goes through, you follow him, the music plays. Pretty good job. You have the callback to Halloween 3 with the kids. Or was that later? Where he bumps into the kids.
No, that was right. That was right there. You're right.
Okay, so, I mean, you see that things in Haddonfield are good. Everybody loves Halloween. Like, everybody's all innocent again, and then the shape is right there. They don't even know it. When we follow him through, we see he spares a baby. Just a great scene. So that's my number one.
I agree, and I think the track that plays is actually called "The Shape Returns," right? I think that's the track when the music kicks in. It's kind of like a little bit of a subdued version of the main theme, and it's great. Yeah, it's really good. Really, really good.
And we find out Michael's left-handed.
True. He's a southpaw, man. If Shane Emerson was a southpaw, he'd be in the majors already.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. That it's a great scene, and it's something we always wanted. And the fact that we kind of got that, like you said, a kid in a candy store there. So
Hey, Shane's Michael's free on Halloween night. He simply blends into the crowd. No one knows. And he's truly the boogeyman in that
Yeah,
moment.
well
Like,
said.
yeah,
Well said. All right, my number one, you know it. It's the flashback from Halloween Kills. Uh,
yep.
I, I can't even begin to describe the feeling I had when I saw this in the theater. Obviously, we knew there was a flashback. We all had our reservations about the flashback.
Hmm.
It was kind of cautious optimism for a lot of us, myself included. It never dawned on me until it kicked in that they would nail the Myers house the way they did. It never dawned on me that they would make it feel like it's 1978 in that world again, that the score would be the same, that a dog would be in the Meyer, they'd find a dead dog, that the gutter thing that broke the window would be there. It did not dawn on me that they would nail all that shit. I was just so focused on, things I didn't want them to do that I didn't think about the things that they could do to make me feel something that at our age we weren't old enough to see Halloween 1978 in the theater during the first run. I kind of clutched my chair at the movie theater and it felt like I was just on a ride and I just had a smile on my face. Is it
I don't ever
perfect?
clutch. Like
No.
you clutched your chair.
Yeah, dude. I
Mm.
clutched my chair
Mm.
because I was so excited because I didn't
Thought it
expect
says
it,
you're getting a hand job or something, maybe. But
dude. A
I don't
David
know that
Gordon
I've
Green,
ever
a
been so
David Gordon Green
excited.
hand job. Yes.
Okay,
But that's a great note.
crazy.
Someone's gonna tune in and be like, "What the fuck?" But no,
Yeah.
the flashback. I don't need to go on. We're talking about David Gordon Green hand jobs. That means it's time to read the chat. So uh, let's get to everyone else's number ones here and see if we have any variety. It's funny. We both had the same 1 and 2, just in different order. There, essentially, right?
Right.
All right.
I knew we were close. Mm.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into everyone's number ones, just real quick because I want to make sure everyone knows this. 2 weeks from I believe today, 2 weeks from today, we're gonna be continuing this show with episode 2, and we're gonna stick with the David Gordon Green trilogy. It's gonna be on Bud's channel. We're going. What are we gonna call it? Top, I guess, worst 10
Top
moments from
10 word
top 10 worst moments.
top
There we go.
10 worst moments from the David Gordon Green trilogy.
Yes, so that will be also very fun. So we're sticking with Halloween, our bread and butter at the start here. But make sure you guys go subscribe to Bud's channel, the Shape of Horror podcast, so you do not miss the next show because that one, we might be ranting and raving a little bit. But
Oh my God, yeah.
let's start with Chris Fantasi. His number one is Chris is going with a tie again. Chris, he's a channel member. He thinks he can
Well, he
just
had
do all these
his top
ties.
two were ties.
Okay. So Chris with his number one. This is a triple tie. Corey Killing
Triple
Spree,
tie.
the flashback, and the continuous shot from 2018. One from each movie. All right, it goes one from each movie. We'll let it slide. Those are good scenes, Chris. I'm with you. James Morant's number
Oh,
one is Michael walking into the neighborhood in 2018 and killing 2 people. Yep, so same as Bud, and that was my number
hmm.
2, obviously. Review at Rob starting right away. He says it's got a bias for me because I drive by the filming location every day. The gas station scene from start to finish in 2018. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you lived over by that. That's awesome. Uh,
Yeah.
that
I have a friend that lives there too.
Do you? Oh, that's so
Yeah.
cool. Rob, have you ever went in the bathroom and took a shit? That is the first question I can think of to ask you. Let us know in the comments because we are all curious. Scott's number one. At the end of Halloween Ends, you realize that Lori, Allison, Lindsay, Hawkins, Sheriff, Sandra, and Julian all survived. All 7 survived. You are correct, sir. Yeah, because they're all there at the end. Yep, you are right. Allie is number one. Phil and Sandra, or Sandra and Phil kill scene. What Phil says there is my favorite line in the trilogy. Well, that's why you knew it right away. And how he killed him and injured Sandra was so brutal. Yep, I agree. That was great. Blake says you obviously don't have a fridge with a fancy ice maker, bud. They're heavy. Shane Emerson, the long shot on Myers in 2018, so he agrees with us that is awesome.
I know
Um,
I could have lifted that thing off of my legs. I could have pushed it. Could have done it because I'm not a pussy like the old man Myers. You know what? I'll give him a break. His hands were pinned.
yeah.
All right,
So, I was gonna say
whatever.
something tells me this might be brought up next show.
Okay.
Diamond Rattler's number one. Michael standing in the basement with the fire building around him. The score hits beautiful. Yeah, that was not mentioned yet, and I agree that's a good shot right there. That's a classic shot. You got
He
something
had
for
a
that,
thought
bud?
process. He jumped into the gun
True,
closet.
true. You wonder if he's saying something under his breath there, like you fucking bitches.
Fucking bitch.
Man.
Yeah, they got me.
Yeah, right. Blake's number one. I just had it here and the chat moved on me.
He's like, give it to me.
Blake's number one. Flashback. They captured that perfectly. Gives me hope that more movies can be made and that take place that day. Yep, that does give some hope. Some maybe
Hear me out here. You know, you've seen the chat AI shit that's taking the world by storm.
yes.
Like they're making fake photos and like Joe Rogan podcast. Like they created his voice and everything. I'm just saying, maybe they can let one of these chat AIs make the next Halloween movie
Dude,
and have it set. Dude, could you imagine?
that'd be crazy.
It could happen.
It most definitely could happen. Um, Interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Blake says, "Don't forget the rope, Nick. They brought back the rope he stole in the original." Yeah, that is a good point. Because that's something. It's like they knew the fans. People on YouTube or in chat forums or whatever, always debating, "What do you do with the rope? What do you do with the rope? Did he just hang Bob with it?" Nope. But they explained that.
The rope was there.
Yeah.
Where was the rope?
He had it against the cop's neck when he was choking him out
I'll be mother. Dude, I didn't
in
even
the
know
flashback.
that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like kind of like uh, it's not like long version. It's kind of like twisted up, but the rope, he's holding the rope against the cop's neck.
So, did he go back home and get the rope when he tied up Bob?
I don't know.
Like he would have, like if the fucking Loomis is right next to the car all night. So if he'd have gone back to the car looking for rope,
Well,
then
he was holding the rope in that scene, so I don't know if he just had it on him the whole time. I don't know.
great, crazy.
Maybe he was kind of stuffing his overalls to make himself look like he has a bigger package. I don't know.
Maybe.
Let's see here. Chris Fantazi says, "Am I the only one who thought the Smiths Grove yard represented a chessboard where Michael played everyone?" That's a cool thought. There's definitely like a chess or checkers board feel to it. That's for damn sure. So I guess we can interpret that however we want to interpret that. So yeah, that's a cool thought.
Yeah.
Shane Emerson
Wow.
says we haven't talked about the fact that David Gordon Green is doing an Exorcist Legacy sequel trilogy. He's going to divide the world again. Yes and no. Like, I don't know how many. I don't know if Exorcist fans take their shit as seriously as Halloween fans. I love you guys, every one of you Halloween fans, and I'm one of you. I love you, but we're fucking crazy, man. Like, Halloween fandom is fucking nuts, and it's fandom in general. I just don't know if people take Exorcist as seriously as people take, Halloween. You know?
Yeah, I think for The Exorcist, they haven't done any marketing. It's going to be very important for that movie. I know they're releasing it day and date on Peacock again, so they probably don't have a lot of faith in it. I mean, it just doesn't have the name, like the recognition. I don't think. Like, how is that going to appeal? Like doing a requel to Exorcist. Who's that going to appeal to? Like,
Um,
I don't know why they committed to a trilogy for that. I could see one movie, but
yeah, it's interesting because
yeah,
what year did The Exorcist come out? 74, something like that, right?
73.
73.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't see a bunch of high schoolers excited to see The Exorcist.
Yeah.
I guess it's
And
just
they're bringing back Ellen Burstyn. Like, why?
yeah, yeah. And I've said this before, but how do you differentiate the Exorcism of Emily Rose or all the exorcism movies out there? How do you differentiate from them? Because this is the fucking Exorcist. You know, it can't just be like any other exorcism movie we've seen in the last 20 years. Some good, most bad. This has to be the fucking Exorcist. So how do you do that? I don't know. I don't have an answer to
Like,
that question.
like, is it going to be better than The Exorcist 3? Because, I think that
That's,
was probably better than the first one.
Exorcist 3 is fantastic. I agree.
Yeah.
The one
I
thing
don't
I do
know.
like better, I love the father's story, the father's arc in The Exorcist. So
Yeah.
whatever they do, they have to hit those thematic tones again, because yes, it's about Reagan and about her being possessed, but it's also about the father deciding he has to sacrifice himself to save this little girl. So the whole theme of that is very important.
Yeah. I was going to bring a review. Rob brings up The Pope's Exorcist. It's um, Russell Crowe's new, it just came out.
Okay.
It's it's like basically it's his Exorcist
Yeah,
film.
and guys in the chat, Review It Rob has a channel, so make sure you guys go
Yeah.
check that out too. He's a good guy. I've met him personally. He's a very good guy. Um,
I just subscribed to Review It Rob.
yeah, he's a good guy. Um, all right,
It's
we've
good.
made it through our first top 10 list, dude.
Yeah.
Should we
It
quote?
was easy though. I mean, it's
Yeah,
Halloween.
I know. There's certain ones we have to prepare for, and then there's others where I can be, not that I did it this time, but I could be driving home from work and just pop them in my head, and that's basically any Halloween ones, and unless I
All I could say now is Hallelujah. The Avs tied the game up against the Kraken. So
we're lucky the Milwaukee Bucks weren't playing tonight, or we would reschedule.
the
Um,
Bucks.
yeah.
Are you
Now it's
telling me we're gonna be dodging that bullshit?
yeah, we're gonna be dodging that bullshit, man. We're absolutely gonna be dodging that
We looked at
bullshit.
the schedule. Maybe we should look at the schedule.
Yeah, we should. I'm not worried about the first round.
Well,
If
NBA
Giannis is
rounds take weeks.
yeah, if Giannis is back, holds up, I'm not worried about the first round. But once it gets into the conference finals and NBA finals, then yeah,
Or
I can't
you're
miss it.
How about the lighting, man? They fucking put one on the Maple Leafs today.
Oh yeah,
Holy
they
shit.
did because Toronto
Everybody's
loses
talking
the
about this.
first.
The Maple Leafs are gonna win a Stanley Cup series finally.
Yeah.
Or not a Stanley Cup, but a Stanley Cup playoff series, and fuck, they got smoked.
Yep.
I know the Lightning, they don't fuck around in the playoffs.
No, they don't.
It's gonna be a
But
tough
you
team to
guys,
beat.
you guys took it to us last year, so it's a good series though.
Yeah.
For a 6 game series, it was a really good series. But yeah,
Did you
all
hear
right.
about the I'm sorry, did you hear
No, go
about the
ahead.
Stars playoff game against the Wild last night?
No.
It ended at 1 o'clock in the morning Central Time.
Jeez.
Fucking crazy. Anyway, enough of the
Jesus.
Stanley Cup playoffs.
Central time?
Central Time.
We
Yeah, poor Allie. She's probably still
did the Stars
stayed up
lose?
late and got they lost. They got some
Jesus.
questionable
Allie's having a hell
hits.
of a week, I think.
Like
So
like uh, the
oh,
the Stars got roughed up, and I think it went 2 overtimes.
ooh,
So yeah,
oh man, crazy. Yep, it's
all
fun.
right. Yeah, I'm
I love
sorry, man.
playoffs. Yeah, no, you're good. So
Take it out.
yeah, let's take it out. So obviously, thanks everyone for participating in the chat. We're excited already for 2 weeks from today to talk about our top 10 worst moments from this trilogy, because that's going to be just as fun, or if not more fun, than talking about the best. So that's going to be, like I said earlier, it's going to be on Bud's channel, the Shape of Horror podcast. Make sure you guys go subscribe to that. Bud, we got one in the books.
Did it.
Yep, no issues besides your headphones not hearing
Dude,
me
my
for some
headphones
reason.
dropped out, and couldn't hear you at all, man.
Yeah, consider yourself lucky. Most of the people in the chat were not that fortunate. So,
Yeah, right.
so that's it for tonight, everyone. Thanks, like I said, thanks for joining us in the chat. We will see you guys in 2 weeks on the